here's the problem that we just finished, and I just kind of want it on this next video. I'm not going to go through this part again. I just want it to lead off this next video. I'm going to work a similar problem, a problem like this. In fact, the next one I'm going to work is on this page right here. I want to find the missing angle in a right triangle. And the missing angle that they're wanting me to find is this one that's labeled with a Y. As I look at the angle Y, I'm going to circle that and put there's my angle. As I look at Y and I look at the triangle, I'm looking at my right angle. Across from the right angle, that's the hypotenuse. So I'm going to label it hypotenuse. They did not give me the length of the hypotenuse. They did give me the length of the side that's across from Y. The one that's across, this is now the opposite side. And remember, I'm measuring, I'm looking at it. I'm saying opposite there because it is opposite from the angle that they want me to find. Now, as I look at it as well, I see the 3. The 3 is the side that's adjacent to Y. As I look at the problem from the previous video, I want you to notice they're the same triangle. 3, 4, 3, 4, right angle, hypotenuse, hypotenuse. Because the angle is in a different place, the adjacent and the opposite, they traded places because I'm measuring and looking at it and determining the opposite and the adjacent from the angle I'm looking at. I'm going to write out SOHCAHTOA, sine opposite over hypotenuse, cosine adjacent over hypotenuse, tangent opposite over adjacent. Let me put my little 3 partitions because this is really 3 different formulas in here. As I'm looking at my triangle and I see that I have the adjacent side to Y, I have the opposite side to Y. Well, I think I'm using tangent again because sine and cosine both use the hypotenuse, which I do not have in this problem. So I'm going with tangent. I'm going to write tangent of angle Y. Have to give the angle when you're doing a trig function. The tangent of angle Y equals opposite. I'll go ahead and write opposite over adjacent. So the tangent of angle Y equals opposite side is 4. The adjacent side is 3. I need to solve this for Y. The way to solve it for Y is to use inverse tangent. I'm going to go ahead and write that out. Use inverse tangent. And what that does, the Y and the 4/3 are going to swap places. But tangent is no longer tangent. Tangent becomes inverse tangent. The inverse tangent of 4/3 equals Y. To get the degrees, I need to plug this into my calculator. To do inverse tangent, I will look at the calculator and say, well, that's written on the calculator. So I'll do second tangent. And on the display, I come up with tangent with a little -1. Some calculators, it might be shift tangent. I did second tangent. I'll put in 4 divided by 3, close parentheses, and then press equals. I do notice my calculator's in degrees, so I'm good. The angle Y is 53.13010235 degrees. Let's go ahead and round that to 1 decimal place. Y is 53.1 degrees. Now, just for fun, I want to do another problem with this same triangle. This time, I want to find the missing side, which is the hypotenuse, Z. See, I have a right triangle. I know because of they told me there's a right angle. And if I have a right triangle, I can use this. Some people might say a squared plus b squared equals z squared. Sometimes it might be x squared plus y squared equals z squared. Oh, I meant to write a C right here, ABC. But if I put a Z, that's okay. In fact, I have a Z in the problem right there. So I'll write this, both of them. X squared plus y squared equals z squared. If I just want to go in alphabetical order, 3 different letters, that works. On a previous video, I said leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. And if you go with that, you can never go wrong with this, because that's in words what this formula is giving us. As I look at my triangle, 4 and 3 are both legs. If I go, again, right angle, go across, there's the hypotenuse. Important that you identify the hypotenuse. This means the other 2 are the legs of the right triangle. So I'll just go with leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. And in fact, if you like, leg number 1 squared plus leg number 2 squared equals the hypotenuse squared. Let's fill in these numbers. 4 squared plus 3 squared equals z squared. 4 squared is 16. 3 squared is 9. And then I have equals z squared. 16 plus 9 is 25. So 25 equals z squared. Do the square root to solve it for z. And I'll get z equals 5.